Happy opening day to everybody. Hopefully, everybody is going to have a great day today. It could be a huge day for San Diego sports. Obviously, the Padres home opener against the Giants at Petco Park. And then right after that, the Aztecs Sweet 16 against UConn. My plan is to give my reaction to both of those events later tonight in a live show here on YouTube. So stay tuned for that later after the Aztecs game. So that's when I'll be doing all my reaction to whatever ends
Bluetooth
up happening
disconnected.
today. 26-man roster is out, and then I will also do pregame thoughts in this video as well. Give your thoughts in the comments on this roster, on the lineup, just your thoughts going into a huge day here in San Diego. So the 26-man roster, pitchers, Pedro Avila, Tom Cosgrove, Michael King, Joe Musgrove, Johnny Brito, Yu Darvish, Stephen Kolek, Wandy Peralta, Matt Waldron, Dylan Cease, Enyo De Los Santos, Yuki Matsui, and Robert Suarez. No surprises there. The only name that might get brought up is Adrian Morejon, but he had an option left. And so this roster that I predicted earlier this week, it's the roster right here. Pedro Avila makes it. Some might be like, well, he shouldn't really make it in terms of who are the best guys, who are the best 26, but he has no options left. And Pedro Avila is probably going to start games for the Padres this year because there's going to be injuries. That's just what it is. You don't make it through a season just using 5 starters. And Avila, he can be a valuable guy. He pitches well out of the bullpen in long man situations as well. So he could be valuable right out of the get go here. Stephen Kolek, not a surprise either. He's a Rule 5 guy. The Padres would have to offer him back, or he'd have to go through waivers, I believe, if he was not on this roster. So he was going to make it, and he was pitching well in spring training. And he made the career roster as well. Catchers, Campy and Higgy, not a surprise there. They're not going to carry a third catcher, Brett Sullivan, when they already have some lefties in Wade and Graham Pauley. Pauley can play first base if you need him to. That's why he's on the roster. Graham Pauley, that is. He's the backup first baseman. Like, that's just what it is. Maybe you should say, well, if he's on the roster, he should be, maybe someone think he should be playing third base. He should be in this lineup every day. Why have him on the roster if he's not going to be playing every day? And while I have that thought, I also understand him being on the roster, even though he's not playing, because that's like the Padres' only option. Unless they were to go add Brandon Belt, obviously they're not going to do that now, but that would have been an option, or a CJ Crone. But CJ Crone, I believe, is not a lefty. Brandon Belt is, though. So, like, if they would have done that, then okay, then that would have allowed Graham Pauley to not be on the roster, him get at bats in the minors, which I believe starts next week. I think April, or maybe it's later this week when the minor league season starts. He could get at bats there, but as of now, he's going to be sitting on the bench. It looks like for most games, at least until for sure until Manny is going to third and DHing, and not DHing, but he is DHing now. Obviously, Tyler Wade, he's going to be starting at third base. I'll get to the lineup here in a second. But yeah, Bogarts, Cronenworth, Kim, Manny, Pauly, Rosario, Tyler Wade. No surprises there. And then obviously no surprises because there was literally no scenario where there was going to be a surprise with the outfield because they had 4 outfielders on the sole roster: Azokar, Merrill, Profar, Tatis, and that's going to be the 4. There were no other options. And the 3 outfielders, obviously Merrill's in center, Profar's in left, Tatis is in right, and then Azokar is the 4th outfielder on the bench. And then let's get to the lineup here today. Darvish obviously on the mound. Bogart's leading off, playing second base. Tatis is hitting second, playing right field. Jake Cronenworth, first base, batting third. Huge game that he's coming off of in Seoul, although it's not like it was yesterday, so it doesn't really matter in terms of momentum. I'm not a really believer in that in baseball. Manny batting fourth, DHing. Kim is at shortstop. And then Profar's in left. Camposano is catching. Tyler Wade is at third base. Jackson Merrill batting ninth, playing center field. Again, Darvish is starting. For those that don't know the TV situation, it's like a procrastinator in high school or college. They wait to the last minute to turn in the assignment before the deadline. That's what the Padres did with this whole TV situation. They sent out a tweet, I think, a little bit before midnight yesterday of what the TV situation was. So this is how it is. In market, if you're using MLB TV, you can watch it on Padres TV. That's in market only as Padres TV. Out of market people, you watch it on MLB TV, that package. Listen, 97.3 The Fan. Cable, you can watch it DirecTV. You can watch it on AT&T Uverse. You can watch it on Cox, you can watch it on Spectrum, and you can watch it on Fubo. If you want to get the actual channel numbers, I'm going to pull that up for you right now because I want to help Padre fans out that are watching on cable. So, getting to the Padres TV thing, 19.99 a month, free 7-day trial right now. Padres.com/tunein is the website that will direct you to where you can watch. DirecTV channel 694.3, DirecTV Stream channel 694. AT&T Uverse channel 781 or 1781. Cox now channel 83, not channel 4, channel 83. Spectrum is channel 305 or channel 443. Watch it on Fubo. And Spectrum Hawaii is now channel 230 or 443. Cox Las Vegas is now on YourView. So just trying to cover all bases there. Hopefully you understand. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or hit me up on social media, and I'll try my best to answer your questions there. So the lineup, let's get back to the lineup. Not surprised by the lineup. We knew who was going to be starting. We knew pretty much the order. I like that Mike Schild is keeping it consistent. The guys just know where they're going to be. They know what position they're playing, and that's just that. If it doesn't work out, at the beginning of the year, it's a slow start, then you can turn things, change things up. But I don't understand why you should be changing things when it's super early in the season like this. Just write it like it is, and then you can adjust if need be. If Wade is not hitting, try Graham Pauley or try Eggy Rosario. If the order's not working there with the top 5, you can switch them around, but those are gonna be your top 5 guys. Those are the guys that you're relying upon. Bogarts, Tatis, Cronenworth, Machado, and Kim. Those are your big 5. Campusano, I hope that you kinda throw him in there at some point. Him offensively, and Merrill as well when he can get more under his belt, but I like him in that 9 spot. And the matchup that the Padres are gonna be facing today, Logan Webb on the mound for the Giants, Darvish on the mound for the Padres. I would expect Darvish to be able to go 5 innings today if he is efficient with his pitch count. And then Logan Webb didn't have the best spring training, but it's Logan Webb. I mean, there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to pick Logan Webb to be the Cy Young Award winner in the National League this year. I've already seen it from some of the shows that I have listened to. So it could be a tough pitching matchup. And this is what I love about opening day, though, is you get all the top guys. Now, obviously, there's injuries to some teams' aces, but for the most part, you get the ace versus ace matchup. You get the star matchups, the great pitcher against the great hitters. I love it. So seeing Logan Webb go up against Manny Machado, go up against Fernando, go up against Xander, go up against all these guys, that's going to be fun. Seeing Darvish go up against some of these guys on the Giants. Now, look, the Giants, they don't have as much superpower as the Padres do. But to see Darvish face off against Jorge Soler, face off against Jung-Hoo Lee, right? Our first action, seeing him in a big league game, Jung-Hoo Lee, who was a Padres target, seeing Darvish against Matt Chapman. Like that's exciting here on opening day. So it's gonna be a fun matchup. Obviously, the bullpen, I give the advantage to the Padres. The pitching matchup, you probably give the advantage to the Giants with Logan Webb. He is someone that is like an old style pitcher. He wants to pitch the entire game. But Darvish, when he is on, he's like that as well. It's the first start for Logan Webb in the big leagues this season. So who knows what to actually expect? I expect both guys to not be kicked out of the game early, but I've expected that as well plenty of times before, and I end up looking like an idiot. So who knows? I think the Padres should put together a good performance today and win this. I think they're a better team than the San Francisco Giants are, but this is one game. I know this is an opening day for the Padres, but MLB opening day, just in general, I think we put more stock into it than we should because it's opening day, but we're fans. I'm not sitting here on MLB Network where I have to be super, um, you know, what's the right word? I have to be super fair and I have to be measured with my thoughts. No, I'm a Padres fan. And so if they lose today, yeah, that's going to suck and I'm probably not going to be too happy. I guess it matters more what happens with the Aztecs game because that's obviously the bigger game than one of 162 here, game 3 of the season for the Padres. But yeah, I think just the excitement of the season kicking off in full swing, we we put more stock in opening day than we should. But it just means that we're excited. We could be other fan bases like the A's, like Nationals, there's some talent there, but still, it's the Nationals. Could be the White Sox, could be teams like that where there's not a whole lot of excitement. But even with trading Soto, with some of the departures, I'm super pumped up about this season. The underdogs, there's still talent on this Padres team. Seeing some of the young guys, seeing some of the acquisitions the Padres made, what impact are they going to have? Having Mike Schilt be the manager, someone that actually cares about being the manager and leading this team to a World Series and trying to win this for Peter Seidler and for the city. I'm pumped up. I am pumped up about this season. Can't wait. 110 is scheduled for the first pitch. I believe 12:30 at Petco is when the Padres want fans in their seats for the pregame stuff. So we got that. The Aztecs game. I'll be back later tonight. Have fun, everyone.